Welcome back. It is the binge with Bandy and Matt. Did I call it the right thing? I don't know. It's only one of our first ones. Working title. Work in progress.
Title. Yes.
You reviewed the Muppets without me. Thank God I didn't have to review that.
Yes.
So find the Muppets review up on 1079link.com or where else? Matt and our Facebook page, I guess.
Yeah, Facebook page, our Instagram, everywhere. It's all over the place.
And now we're jumping into The Rental, which is that was directed by James Franco's brother. I still call him Dave Franco.
Yeah.
You've seen him stuff. People have seen him and stuff.
Yeah, he's been around.
And the people Allison Brie is in it, was in Community.
Yeah.
And are they not married? Are they married?
Yeah, they're married. Dave Franco's her husband.
And then Dan Stevens is in it.
Yeah. He was in Downton Abbey and Beauty and the Beast.
And then the other guy I know is Jeremy Allen White, who's in it. I know him from Shameless.
Oh, okay.
He used to beat people up in Shameless like he does in this movie.
He's the one that plays Josh, his brother. Yeah.
And I don't even know where to begin with this movie because I'm one of the first things. I guess we could tell this. I don't know if we should talk. I'm trying to figure out whether to review it for people who've already seen it or review it for people who haven't, because it's like a lot of things I want to bitch about that I saw might give away things.
Yeah, I think we start out and we'll just talk about the basic premise of the movie.
Okay, you do the premise part
and kind of our overall thoughts on.
And then we can say spoiler alert and start saying things.
Yeah, and then we'll give you a spoiler alert, tell you to pause it if you haven't seen it, go watch the movie, and then come back and finish up the podcast.
All right, I'm fine with that. So you give the bases. You fire away.
Okay. Yeah, the story's basic setup revolves around four interconnected people. You've got Charlie and Mina, who are close work partners. And while Mina is newly dating Charlie's brother, Josh, Michelle is married to Charlie. Michelle is Allison Brie. Charlie is Dan Stevens. And somehow comfortable or completely blind with the intimate relationship between Mina and Charlie, who are coworkers. Allegiances shift, secrets spill, securities wedge themselves into the growing spaces, and something sinister emerges from the fog. That's the synopsis.
That's the synopsis. And I would say that labeling it thriller is only true for part of the movie.
I agree 100%. This felt like
thriller
two movies in one.
This is not, I don't think it's giving away anything to say that. If you're going into this thinking you're getting a thriller, you're getting thriller for half a movie and horror for a second half of a movie.
Which is really the only fake out in this movie. Everything else
you see coming a mile away.
Yes, 100 miles away. It's easily telegraphed. But like you said, the first part of the movie is kind of a psychological drama of a landlord and the renters and some blackmail. And you think that, these people are going to turn on each other a little bit.
They do build tension.
Yes.
Tension is built.
The whole first half of the movie, you're getting tension, love triangles, and some, I don't think we're getting into spoilers. These are just very generalities here.
Yes.
You've got all of that. You've got secrets, manipulation going on, and you think it's going to be that kind of movie.
And you got the stereotypical weird guy that is the guy renting the place, more or less. I'll say more than that in a minute. But there's always a weird dude.
Yeah,
that you think is going to be the killer, the weirdo.
Yeah, trying to put out breadcrumbs to make you think that he's the weirdo and he's the bad guy. And
he was just missing the trope of a yellow raincoat and a hat.
Yes. Yeah, there was no rain in this movie. There was a whole lot of fog, but no rain whatsoever. The second part of the movie, I guess it's fair to say, it pivots over into a slasher film.
Yeah, and we might be giving
psychological.
Okay, let me do this. Okay, let me do this. Let's do this. Let me tell you our review of it as a whole, and then we can start breaking things down.
Okay.
So I would say first things first is don't pay for it.
Yes. Wait until it's not on video on demand. Wait for HBO. Wait for Netflix, Hulu, whoever picks it up. Do not pay for this movie. 73
on the ratings, the critics, and 44 on Rotten Tomato by the audience. And I'd say 44 is fair. It's like, because it's like, okay. 73 is
Way
much.
too high. I don't know if they just love Dave Franco or what the deal is, but yeah, 44% sounds about right.
Because
I'm on board with that.
Okay. So don't go into it thinking. I think it's fair as to not blow anything to say. Don't go into it thinking it's a psychological thriller,
right?
Because that's where you will be disappointed.
Yes, and
so don't go into it thinking that.
Which is how it's cataloged as a drama / thriller. When it does cross over into the horror genre.
Okay.
Which was shocking to me.
That being said, should we start ripping some things now?
Yeah, let's go ahead and throw out a spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the movie yet, pause this, come back, and you can hear our thoughts in detail as we dissect and deep dive.
Well, the first thing this is not a spoiler alert. This is just something I want to point out at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
They go to it's because it doesn't really spoil anything, but they go to a bed and breakfast. That doesn't spoil anything. Or not a bed and breakfast, an Airbnb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They go there, and one of the scenes that troubles me is they go down and they find a room or a door with a code lock.
Yes, it's underneath.
Have these people ever been to a freaking Airbnb? They all have that. Any place you've ever rent has a security code door. Yes. Everyone.
It's not mysterious. It's not this oh my gosh, what's in there? It's stuff that they don't want the people who are renting the house to take.
Right.
It's plain.
Did you think the exact same thing? Did you think that too?
Yes, I thought, why is this door such a source of immediately I saw it kind of as a red herring, but then I thought, this is just so stupid that they're so
stupid
wondering about this door with a code on it, because
they've mentioned they've rented houses before, and even if they hadn't, what kind of dummy? And then he puts this I think there was even some scary music there or something, like an indication that there might be something scary. But there's nothing sinister about a locked room in a closet or whatever in an Airbnb.
Absolutely not. And that was just one of the many stupid little breadcrumbs that Dave Franco threw out there to try and mislead you or bring about a twist in the movie that was not there.
And it did not twist me. All it did was twist me up in anger. Are you the dumbest human ever that you think something scary is in there? And he's trying 666 is the code or whatever.
Yes. It's just,
come on, man.
This was the most juvenile, formulaic horror / thriller movie that I've ever seen.
Yes.
It was right out of the gate. You can already tell that Charlie and Mina, who work together, they're going to end up doing it.
You know it right away.
I thought they were married in the very first scene.
Yes,
when she's got her chin on his. Yes, who does that with their coworker? Nobody.
So and then when the guy brother walks in, he acts like it's no big deal.
Yeah,
that she's crawling all up on him.
Yeah, they're just hanging on each other. And then later on, when they take a walk on the beach, Charlie and Mina are walking 20 yards ahead.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Josh and Michelle, Allison Brie's character, are walking back, just talking about how much he loves Mina and how great she is and how he's afraid he's going to lose her. And I'm just thinking, who goes on a romantic walk on the beach and walks with the other person's significant other?
Right. And I tried to play it in my mind. Like my wife and I were like, could you ever imagine that happening? And unless, there's very, very rare, but normally it'd be the two dudes.
Right.
If anything, walking and the two girls walking
and talking. Yes. It was just so stupid.
Another thing, they subtly drop in at somewhere in the movie out of nowhere that the brother, Josh, I think, right?
Yeah.
Did he kill the guy? He beat up somebody in high school or something and went to or college and went to prison.
Yeah, he attacked somebody outside of a frat house, and I'm not sure if he killed him or not, but he did go to jail for it. So, again, another little red herring trying to make you think that he's the violent guy, because that's how they set it all up with the love triangle. You think that they're going to manipulate each other and that one of the people in the house is going to become the killer. Because of love, and he finds out about the footage of Charlie and Mina having sex in the shower.
Yeah, so that goes back. Yes, but
that goes all out the window. None of that has anything to do with it.
And they've never gotten together. This is the first time they've gotten together, physically. They mentioned.
Yeah.
But the whole idea that the Allison Brie character scores some ecstasy,
Yeah.
which they haven't done in years, by the way they
Right.
discuss it. They're like, well, where'd you get that from?
Right.
So they haven't scored ecstasy in years. All of a sudden, she brings it out and says, well, you guys do it. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Never happens.
No, never happens. You say, like, we're going to save this for the last night we're here. We're going to have fun later. We're going to party tonight. Tonight, let's rest because we're going to go on a nature walk or a hike tomorrow to this waterfall.
Right. Not let's, because they've done it before.
Yeah.
They talk about
that's how her and Charlie met was apparently they were at a party doing X together.
Right. So they've done it before, which makes it even worse because she knows what it's about. She knows the guy's going to get hammered and dehydrated and probably not want to hike the next day. But what woman's cool with that? No woman is cool with somebody who his female best friend who's good looking and stay up all night. That's fine. No problem.
Right. No
and then
problem
also that the fact that Charlie and Mina have this fling with seems like no care in the world that their two other significant others are in the house.
Right.
Like, I know people get high and drunk and all that sort of thing, but to the point where they go into a shower where they easily can get caught.
They're making out in the hot tub together.
Under
Meanwhile,
a big light.
His brother Josh is passed out on the couch.
Yes.
Sort of passed out. And Michelle, who's been sleeping since probably 7 o'clock in the evening, who could easily wake up and go get a drink of water from the kitchen.
Right. Or look out the window.
Any time.
Now, I will give them a pass on maybe a quick makeout at the hot tub. They're like, oh, man, somebody might see this or whatever.
Okay.
But then when they actually go later into a room,
a
shower, and they find out they're being videotaped.
Just silly. There are a couple other cringeworthy things. The bro shtick. Where they're putting bro in front of everything.
Oh, yeah, want to go to the broshin.
Yes, just absolutely annoyed the hell out of me. And very odd moment, very strange moment is when Allison Brie Michelle does X on the last night.
Yes.
And the guy comes over to fix the hot tub, and she pretends to lick his butt crack and motorboat his butt crack.
Yes.
It was just a very strange, like, comedic moment out of nowhere. I guess they were trying to show, she was really messed up because she was doing Molly, but it was just very out of character and weird.
Here's what I thought that was going to be, was to come out in the footage, and then the guy was going to get mad because they were mocking him. And then he would turn into a killer.
Right.
Or something.
Right.
Or maybe to show that she had a character flaw, because up until then she was perfect, except for, I want to go back a little bit too, she gets mad because her husband 10 years ago or something cheated on
his
girlfriend
Jen.
He cheated on his first girlfriend
Zoe
with Allison Brie.
Yeah.
But then apparently years before that he had cheated on that girl with somebody else. It was like 10 years ago or more.
Right.
And she won't talk to him.
Yeah,
they're married. Like so mad.
They're married, and she's finding out this secret from her brother, and suddenly she is just so mad she can't even talk to him or see him. She has to storm off to the bedroom and slam the door.
Yes,
it's just ridiculous.
And why aren't the other people partying? I mean, at this point, they don't know. I mean, I guess they know they're feeling guilty or whatever, but the brother's not.
Right.
Why does he decide he's not going to party? And then the other thing is the stinking dog. That's when I asked you. You watched it after me.
Reggie the dog. Yes.
Reggie the dog, who's barely mentioned, and all of a sudden they're playing with him or whatever. But then all of a sudden he goes missing.
Yeah. He was tied up outside, and Mina was supposed to go bring him in while Josh and Michelle go to the hike to the waterfall.
Yes.
And then suddenly Reggie disappears, and all of them, except for Allison Brie's character, Michelle, are out looking for this dog in the fog.
And she's kind of dancing in like ecstasy world.
Yes, like how
but
they
horrible.
Lost the dog.
None of them look hammered the night before either. They were worse actors as hammers.
Yeah.
But anyway, but the dog never comes into play again.
Right.
I mean, he comes wandering in the house at the end, but he never, like, you would think that maybe the dog gets killed, or maybe the killer's hugging the dog and petting him, or it really does nothing.
Did you notice at the end when Reggie the dog comes in and the killer's standing there in the living room, that Reggie comes in and sits down on his butt?
Yes.
And for a split second, I go, wait a second, was the killer Josh? Did he fake his death? But we saw a claw hammer go into the side of his head.
Yes.
So why would the dog be obedient to the murderer?
I didn't think about it, but I did notice it.
Yeah,
because
that was really strange.
The whole dog part was bugging me. That's why I was aware when the dog came in and just hung out there.
Yeah.
Okay, the dog's not dead.
Yeah. And the murderer reaches down and the dog licks his hand and is like just all happy to see him. Like, oh, hey, murderer, good to see you. Yeah. It's very strange. And
so that's by the way, when we mentioned it pivoted as soon as the guy comes in to check the tub and they find it, they know that they've been filmed, and she goes off on him for being a racist or something. And
Taylor, the handyman, the guy who's the landlord renting out the house, comes in. She shows him the camera, which, what was the whole purpose of the footage other than maybe to torture them, I guess, a little bit or make them throw them off guard? But
don't know.
If you're a slasher killer, you just go in the house and you kill people.
My question is, that's why I have a question. We don't know if he's a killer or circumstances made him a killer.
Well, at the
that's
end
what I'm
of the
wondering.
movie,
but I assume he looks like he's probably a killer, because now we suddenly are in Friday the 13th or something.
Yes. He's wearing that weird mask, and then he goes on at the end of the movie after he's killed everybody, removed the evidence. He goes and rents an apartment and does it all over again.
No, but they never show him killing anybody, do they?
Well, they show it at the very end. There's some couple laying there in a bed, and they show him coming out of the closet, and then they cut to credits.
Yeah.
So the implication there is that, yes, this guy, that's what he does. He goes, he rents out places, he puts in his cameras to watch people, and then he goes in and murders them.
But he can't be doing it all the time. If he's renting all these places.
Well, I guess I don't know. I don't know how many times.
But why is he in, why is he even bother with a mask, if that is a mask? Because
it was a mask because he took it off in the bathroom, but you didn't see his face.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Oh,
you didn't see his face. That's right before he walks out in the living room and pets the dog.
Yeah.
It was just a very abrupt ending to the movie. I don't know if it had some existential meaning to it, but it was almost like they ran out of money.
And it was only 90 minutes, I think. So it was a short movie.
It was a very short movie, and it just abruptly ended with him just murdering everybody and then moving on to the apartment with no explanation whatsoever other than he likes to rent and watch people and kill people.
But and I don't understand what they thought they were going to accomplish. As if Alison Brie wasn't in on the cover-up of the murder.
Right.
What was the point of even trying to cover it up? Were they going to plan on killing Alison Brie?
Exactly, because she drove off in the BMW.
There's no car.
They have
no car.
They have no car except for the dead landlord's car, or his truck is still there. But she drives off and runs off the road because of the tire strip that the killer left there.
And there was I was not on the edge of my seat. I was not on the edge of my seat when they were crawling down to push the body in. And then he's wiping all the prints off, and I'm like, that's the worst, because now there's no prints on hammers and stuff. The guy would have had, but I did see. I wanted to see one thing here. I thought I saw. You can look it up too. The character of the killer, I think is labeled as like Old Charlie or something. I don't know.
Old Charlie.
I don't know.
Now it was, and part of me also at the very beginning when they arrive at the house and Taylor, the landlord, showing them around, he says that my brother owns this house.
Yes,
he lives in the Bay Area, and I just handle it. I just manage the house for him.
Yes.
So are we supposed to think that it's Charlie that is the killer, or Charlie is his brother that owns the house, who lives in the Bay Area, who just comes around and decides to murder people?
Okay, Charlie as in the lead guy.
Yes.
Dan Stevens.
Yes. Or there's let's see if I can find. They never credit who the brother is, actually.
I see that. Well, I see the credit on here. It's not. He's a stunt man named Anthony Molinari.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's just on IMDb. He's labeled as man.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah,
I forget where I saw it. So they're obviously setting it up for a
sequel.
They can do 1,000 of these down the road.
Which Dave Franco has said he has interest in doing a sequel.
See, I don't know if I hold that up on Flickster. You can see it says Anthony Molinari as old, then it says CHA ... Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Huh.
Old Charlie? But what would that make sense? That wouldn't make any sense.
No, because Charlie's Dan Stevens' character. So
why would they?
Unless there's two Charlies, in which
we're really confused.
It's very, very confusing. If you're looking, and real quick before we wrap up, if you're looking for a movie that's very similar to this, that's actually good, there's one called The Strangers, which came out early 2000s. It's got Liv Tyler in it, where this couple goes up and, they stay in a house. And it's very similar to this movie, only 1,000 times better.
You know what else is also, which is up right now on Netflix, I think. It's a Jason Bateman movie where an old high school buddy comes and it messes with him. And I got to look for it, because I don't want to leave everybody hanging here. It was much better, much more well done. It stayed thriller. It didn't go to this turned into Kids in a Cabin and a horror flick.
It just turned into a silly slasher film, which was never scary.
I can't find Jason Bateman. Somebody help me. Is it the Guest or something like that? Oh, we can't end without me telling people to kill me. I think it might be called The Gift.
The Gift?
The Gift.
Yeah.
The Gift.
Yeah, The Gift.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Okay,
yeah, psychological, suspenseful movie.
Yes. And the guy I like is in it.
On Netflix.
The guy who was in that fight movie with Tom Hardy.
Joel Edgerton.
Yeah, I like that guy.
Who you're trying to think of.
There you go.
So,
good. Those are two better movies in this one. Do not pay for the rental.
Do not pay for the rental.
There you go. Peace out, my friends.